Okay guys, hi and welcome to technically the 5th episode of the Rokunaya match analysis. But considering that I've been taking a long hiatus from these current episodes, this is currently a redux. And in the redux, I'm pretty much, my goal is to take every beginner player or mid-level player, pretty much any player interested in playing this game, and allowing you guys to reach a respectable level of play by knowing what's going on, how to access the game, how to play the game, how to analyze high-level match videos, what's going on during them, stuff like that. So pretty much it's going to be beginning from the base up and helping to get everybody, even that beginner friend of yours, to start playing the game properly. So the goal is for the series in the beginning to start off slow, kind of cater to the new people. As I feel more comfortable with it, it will go back to the original speed of the show, where I just pretty much almost always cover the actual high-level matches and analyze them in depth, or as time goes on, character-specific episodes where I go over characters in depth. But currently, right now, it's going to be beginner corner. So this episode today is going to be literally how to start the game and start playing, and how to practice combos. So let's. My name is Rokunaya, Hector Ramos, real life, gamer tag Rokunaya. If you couldn't figure out by the stream name. So this is the first episode of this entire series, and well, first episode of the Redux, but I'm sure you all understand that by now. If you have any basic questions as to what this show's goal is, or whatever, feel free to ask it in the stream chat right now. And throughout this entire episode and the ones in the future, I will pause and take 3 or 4 minute sessions in between just for questions. So if there are no questions, I'll just move on, but if there are questions, I'll take them and answer them as they come. So currently not seeing any questions. Is this because my Twitch TV chat's fucking up? Let me just check this right here. Oh, okay. So there's people talking. I guess there's just no questions. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so now let me literally get to how to get the game started. So I'll just assume that you bought the game. Okay? So assuming that you actually paid for this game, and you you should, and let's see. So first step is getting the game, of course, putting it into your computer, downloading it, installing it. So when you install your computer, people in chat. Okay, so let's just assume that you installed the game. Okay, let's assume that you know how to figure that out. Now, when you install the game, there's 3 steps you want to do to be able to start playing the game. Because when you install the game, you're already outdated, because there's already a patch out for the newest version of the game. Okay? And let us switch cameras right now, and let me show you. So basically, when you first get the game, you'll install it, and you'll have a folder that looks something like this. NBA, CC, or whatever you want to call it, and this will be your folder. But this isn't complete, and it's out of date. So what we gotta do is we gotta update this. So you go to the main Melty Blood site, www. I don't know. Actually, just you can type in meltyblood.info. That worked for me. But so once you're in the site, you'll realize it's all moon runes. And if you're an English-speaking person like I am, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck? I can't read any of this. Don't worry, I got you. Okay. So you just pretty much go to this site, click PC New over here. Allow it to load. So this is pretty much like a whole bunch of like notes and stuff. And I'm pretty sure, where is this? This links to this page, and off this page is the patch update. So you download this. So let's download this for the sake of just being. So it downloaded. It's 930 kilobytes. It's like really small. So meltyblood.info. So now we take this folder. Alright. For ease, I'm just putting it in the NBACC folder. So I'm taking this file and dragging it over to the NBACC folder. So now it's in there. Alright, so now it's in here. I'm just going to pretty much double click this game. You're going to be greeted by either a lot of moon runes or a lot of like squares. Depends whether or not you can't actually like you've downloaded the actual JP Luke codes or whatever, but pretty much you just want to click yes. And another box will come up, yes. And it will just automatically go to the directory. Oh no, that's not good actually. You're supposed to direct it to the directory which the main folder is at, and it seems that it automatically saves mine. Let's see. That's kind of unfortunate. I didn't plan that out ahead of time. But pretty much you just click OK here, and then you click the left one is pretty much yes. You click that like 4 times, and then it asks you to direct the game to the directory where it's located. So you pretty much like click to the folder which the main directory is. So this. So you then just pretty much redirect it to this, and then your game will be updated. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so once you download that, you actually might have some other files that you want to download. So straight from the get-go, you updated the game to the latest official patch at this point. So now you might want to download some extra patches on the side, some extra programs to help you pretty much, what's what I'm looking for here, fortify your Melty Blood experience, supplement, whatever. Now there's been hacks, and well, hacks is kind of like offensive. It's like supplements to the actual game that have been featured in by players that have been trying to translate this game from English to Japanese. Because as you start originally playing, you realize that, yeah, they're mods. Okay, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. The mods allow the game to like be English. So straight off in the get-go, we have a mod done by a foreign player, Shiki. Let's see. So if you visit Melty Blood, you'll be able to find this actual topic right here. But if you don't know, you go to Melty Blood forums, and it's in, where is it? Oh, whatever. It's over here. So you find your way to this part. So it's in the Misaki Town Bakery Melty Blood Auditorium. So Melty Blood Auditorium, go in here, and it should be along the top of the page. So translations for most menu entries. So it's fully translated now to English. So you download this, and you just download it. It'll be a zip file. You just unrar it. So we're gonna unrar it right now and try to play this game. Alright, so extract. You get a bunch of files inside that are the English locale right here. Go to your NBACC folder, go to information right here, copy paste, replace all. Now your Melty Blood will now be in English when you start playing the game, so you don't have to deal with the moon runes. Alright, So now that it's in English, we've got it. We've got the hack. So now comes to the really optional things. You didn't really have to do this, but like there's a frame display. So if you want to look at the hitboxes and stuff like that, there is someone who's been modding the game, or like hacking the game, I guess, so that you can do that. So there's a person, Movcow, and you can go to his site, mov.sanich.net, mbcaster.html right here, located at the top. Go here, and it's frame display. And you want to download it. And when you download it, it'll be a RAR file. You just pretty much extract it. And you'll be greeted by this like certain interface right here. Okay, so to get around this, let's not get around this. To use this, you just open up PC Melty AACC, since that's a game we're trying to get the hitboxes for. If you want to start using this program, go to the directory your Melty AACC folder is located in. Go to 0002.p file, and you will now be able to look at the characters' hitboxes. So let's say I want to look at, I don't know, HPCL's 5A. So just from looking at this, I can see it's 5 frames startup, hitbox barely extends past the green hitbox, etc. So this is how you get around to using this program. So let me move on from here. Other optional programs you can use other than frame display include the MBAACC tool, another program by Mov. I'm personally not going to use that though, but I'm sure you'll be able to look it up later if you want to use it. Sorry. So with that done, we're ready to like start playing the game. So let's see here. So pretty much I made a shortcut to the game. I mean, shortcuts are standard. You know, you can pretty much open the game up straight from the top. So start the game, and you'll be greeted by this menu right here. Okay, and the main menu in the top. This is the size of your screen. This is where now you make it full screen. The username for when you go online. Comment. So I made my comment a Netplay warrior because I netplay way too much, and yeah. So moving on. Joystick config. Alright, so if you're a keyboard warrior, you'll have to get the MBAACC tool I mentioned earlier. I will make sure to include it at the end of the show because I forgot to find out where to download it. I'm very sorry. But that's okay. Let's assume that you have a stick like me. Tournament Edition Street Fighter, good reliable stick. Alright. So you'll be greeted by this joystick config right here. At first, it'll be at none. Alright? Go to player you want to do. Let's assume you're playing by yourself here, okay? So player 1, go to none. Choose a stick that you want to use. So I want to use the stick that I'm currently using right now, which is this wired stick. So then, a lot of people think that you have to go to the scroll down menu and like make it all hard to yourself and like etc. No. Okay, you don't have to do that. First of all, just click the PC wired stick, go to the tab, and just input the directions. That's not the right stick. There we go. Okay, so I'm pressing up, down, left, right. Okay. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Some of the people that have this menu will be seeing squares because they don't have JP Locale installed. That's fine. Just reference this image right here whenever you download it, okay? So up, down, left, right is pretty explanatory. Start, pretty explanatory. Now, if you are in JP Locale, you'd be like, what the fuck are these moon runes? I can't start the game. I don't understand. These two are just asking you for your confirming and back button. These two buttons will literally just make your you go back and forth between menus, like confirm and return. So you can literally make these buttons whatever button you already have on the stick. So like if I want to make my confirm A and my go back B, then that's how I find. And then from there you confirm your other buttons, A, B, C. A, B, C are the 3 normal attacks in this game. Light, medium, heavy, if you're a Street Fighter player. Okay? D is pretty much your parry button. There's a button to parry in this game. I will go over that in depth later. Quick action is a macro. It is used for ease, because there's a lot of macros in this game that can get a little difficult if you're trying to do it really fast consistently, and it's actually on the actual arcade board. So these macros are professional and they are used, so don't feel bad using this macro. Quick action is E. And from here on, you get two functions that are used in training mode. So just assign these functions to any part like of your pad, stick, or keyboard that you're not going to be touching in Netplay. So I set it over here. So let me show you the setup for a stick. If you're playing Melty on stick, I'll assume. Okay. Looking from the left on, this is A, B, C. So A, B, C are the light, medium, heavy, straight on the top. Okay. Then at the bottom, parry is down in the bottom left, and quick action, the macro button is E. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E. That is the setup. You ignore the middle button. We don't use it. This is only a 4-button game technically. The macro's there to help you use it. Okay, so I seem to have fucked up my inputs for the game doing that right now, so I'll just fix myself right now. Give me a second. Start. And none. Okay, so let's get going. Oh, actually, hold on. Another question break. Anyone have any simple questions right now? Like I said earlier, throughout these entire episodes, I will stop for 2 to 3 minute breaks in between like each section. So I went through the introduction, what the show wanted to do. I just went to literally how to get the game started and how to get your button set up. I'm about to get to how to get Netplay working for you, okay? So in between this next transition, I'll take 2 or 3 minutes for questions. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to shoot them. I'll be taking them. So go. No troll questions, please. God damn it, do you not have real questions? Yes, this will be recorded, so it will be on my stream archive and saved. It will be on the forum post later. The forum is, let's see here. This is the actual stream post right here. So this is the actual like website. Live streaming sessions, Redux. You go here, it's like description of what the show's about, stream location, the episodes. As soon as this one's archived, I'll be putting it here. I'm gonna upload all of these to YouTube as time goes on. So that's one question down. Let's get to the other ones. Let's see here. We have, what's my favorite girl in, god damn it. Fuck. Oh shit, that was on the, oh my god, whoops. My anime was on the stream. Fuck. Okay, moving on. Let's see. I will help you with Netplay. I will be doing that literally next. Screen resolution does affect the Netplay. I'll get there in the Netplay section I'm about to go on. Okay? Okay, you know, you guys are definitely trolling way too much. I'm going to just move on to the next session. Thank you. Alright, so now that we pretty much got the game literally started, let's just go to Netplay. Alright? Let's just assume that like we are like the most pop monster like player ever, and we're just gonna go like straight to Netplay immediately. So here we have the game, and so pretty much like whatever you configured to be up, down, left, right, and the pretty much previous buttons earlier. I'm gonna assume that you have enough like brain power to be able to do that. So. Oh yeah, make sure that your version is the latest one. So you see in the bottom corner right here, Rev 1.1. This proves that you have updated your game. Okay, so yeah. So let's go to network. All right. So network mode. Start network mode. Just literally starting how to work Netplay mode first. Okay. So before you go on Netplay mode, before you just go straight from like starting the game straight to Netplay mode, learn a character, please. It's not fun to play people that don't know their characters, and vice versa. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but in general, you should be learning your character first. Alright, so once you're in this network mode, oh, I have the English patches. It's actually in the earlier section of this stream I did earlier. It's a patch that someone else did. You could just do it. I'll cover everything that everyone has missed earlier in the earlier section of the stream, but let's just move on for now. Alright, so there, we enter network mode here, and you see that there's direct connect and matching mode. So information here, due to Shiki's translation, pretty much is connect to general matching server. This is for lobbies and like, well, there's no lobby system. It's pretty much ranked on BlazBlue if you ever played it. You go to play arcade mode, and while you're waiting in arcade mode, random people can connect to you. But because the American network system is way worse than Japan's, you won't get playable matches this way, and it's not really worth playing in general. You pretty much want to be doing direct connect mode to the people next to you. And be warning, this Netplay isn't the best. It's only fine if it's local, and it's only fine if it's under 2 delay. Any higher than that, it's pretty iffy, laggy, etc. So now let's just go to direct connect mode. Alright, so now that we're in direct connect mode, we see 2 modes here, host and client. Host and client is pretty much saying like the person that's hosting for the other person to get in, and client is pretty much the person that connects to the host. It pretty much stays in the descriptions at the bottom. So client mode, let's go over host mode first, okay? So you'll see here it asks you for your port number to start hosting, and start accept client. Start accept client is like the most English Japanese way of saying start hosting. So you click this button, you literally start hosting. It's like waiting for a game, waiting for connection. You can stop, etc. So then the port number is pretty much for like routers. I'll be covering that in a later section, but this is pretty much that. Alright, so now if you want to connect to your friend that starts hosting, your friend will start hosting, and you see these IPs right here. These IPs, 024, this one right here is your global IP. This one right here is your router ID, like local IP. I'm pretty sure these will be the same if you don't have a router. But if you have a router, then these will be different. And this is the one that you use to connect to your router, and this is the one that you use to connect to other people. And, well, this is the port that I'm using to host. So whenever you actually start hosting, your global IP is automatically... Stop! Who's connecting to me? Stop it. Oh, god damn it. I'm being trolled so hard. I'm trying to help other people, guys. Don't troll me right now, please. Alright. Just... Damn it. Okay. So... God damn it! So global IP here will be automatically pasted with your port right here to your clipboard. So that would be an example of my if you're in the stream chat, you'll be able to see it. If you're watching the archive, you won't see it. But when you start hosting, literally just paste, and you'll see it. So there's my IP with the port number listed. So if you want to connect to your person, the friend, you go to IP address and the port number. You could input these both manually. This takes forever, and it's really fucking annoying. So please don't do this. You input it, the IP, then the port, and then you connect the host. But that's not the easy way to do it. The easy way to do it is copy from clipboard. This is the reason why they did it. So someone actually host and post your IP to the stream chat right now. And I will show how easy this is if you do it this way, okay? So someone just give me a random IP. Doesn't matter, dude. Host. Just anyone. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the... Alright, so we have a biter. Someone's giving us a test. So he pretty much went to host mode, and he did it himself right here. He did like, this is his IP and that's his port number. So if I want to connect, there's a really easy way to do this. Just drag over, copy. Now that it's copied, it's on my clipboard, okay? So now it's on my clipboard, I literally just go to connect to host from clipboard. Click this. There is his IP with his port number automatically there. start connect host, reconnect, and then we can start playing immediately. Alright. We're obviously not going to play now, I'm doing a stream, etc., but like, that's how you do it, okay? Alright. Let's see here. If you're having problems connecting to your friend, that means that either you two are in different versions of the game, they don't have their port open, or they're playing with someone else currently. So I will actually do a brief, mind you, overview of how to open your ports, because it is not complicated. But I'm not going to go in depth because every router is different, okay? So you pretty much only have to open ports if you have a router. If you don't have a router, then don't worry about that, like, ever. So now that the input right here, I'm not ever doing this, like, ever. The clipboard we just showed, and history. So like everyone I played from the past, up to 10 players or more, I think, will be on this list. So I can literally just like remember my friends. So like you can, all these people like play the game. I like guarantee you these people play the game. But like you get it. You can just connect from history if you don't have it on your clipboard. So that's how to use it in a nutshell. Now let's go over the ugly sides of Netplay, okay? Alright, so first of all, when you first start Netplay, you have to have the game in default resolution. The reason why this is because if the both players playing don't have their game in default resolution, the game actually lags. I don't know why. It doesn't have to be default resolution technically. It just has to be, you both have to be playing on the same resolution. It's just that to make it easy for everybody, we all just use the default resolution. So that's just a standard. It's an unwritten rule. The Netplay actually is affected by what your resolution is. Don't ask me why. It literally doesn't make sense in the coding, but like whatever. But the good thing to know is that, let's see here. The good thing to know is that when you do open it with default resolution, you can literally just stretch the game out, and it doesn't affect anything. This counts as 640, 480 right now, even though I stretched it out. So when you all you have to do is literally start the game that way, and it doesn't affect the sprites any different than if you just open it in this resolution. So this game is like, this game's Netplay is pretty shitty. I'm sorry guys, but it's there. That's all that matters. It's there. All right. So now that I've covered how to get Netplay technically working, let's go over the ugly sides to how to get the port working. Actually, technically, let me go over this. If you do have the game started, some people with slower processors will notice that when the game starts, they are a little, like, their computer starts slowing down and can't handle the speed of the Netplay. So there's an easy way to go around this. Not really, it's not an end-all be-all by any means at all, but if your computer needs that little boost and it's a dual core or quad core, this will help. So you go to your task manager. I'm assuming that you all know how to open this, because this is like basic Windows 101. You go to Melty, action scan, current code, whatever. Right click, go to process. Now you see the process of Melty, MBAA.exe times 32, right? Oh, you can't hear me over the song? Very sorry. Okay. So, anyway, like I was saying earlier, task manager, right click, go to process, right click. Now you're looking at priority. You can set the priority higher. Don't set it too high because your computer will like blow up if you do so. What you're looking for is setting affinity. So I have technically 8 cores here. That's not true. I only have 4, but let's not go into hyper-threading, please. What you pretty much want to do is assign this to only one processor. So like CPU 3. Okay? So that's literally my last core. You want to assign it to only one. Set it to that, start the game. And if your computer processor was a little weak and handling the game before, that will give it a little boost. It's not the end all be all, like I said before, but it will help if you have that issue anyway. Alright, so let's go over really quickly, really quickly, how to open your ports if you're using a router. So I use Linksys because I find Linksys really reliable, etc. So what you pretty much want to do is, like, first of all, I recommend that you all use this site that someone in stream linked earlier, portforward.com, right here. This gives you like a really easy way of doing it for like any router possible. But I'll be going over it real quickly for my router. So 168.1.1. You're greeted by a password. That's all up to you. So pretty much you get to this menu right here. So I'm in my Linksys router settings right here. Go to applications and gaming, and now I'm at pretty much every router's like port settings will look this way. Once you get to this menu, getting there is up to you. Okay. So once you're in this menu, this right here is for the name. This is for your ease of like being able to play. I have GGPO. I don't play it anymore, sorry, but moving on. Melty Blood. So I want to use port 7500. So I set start to end to the same number port. Protocol, doesn't matter which one, set it to both. This right here is the important part. You need to set it to your local IP address. Whenever you start your computer, right? Whenever you start your game, or like computer and it connects to the router technically, okay, my bad. It has to be, technically it's 07500. Same thing. Okay? Don't get on my case like that, guys. But technically when you connect to the router, you always have a router IP and then you have a server global IP, okay? So this local IP right here is my router IP. So 192.168.001.100, right? Go to the stream right here, 192.168.1.100. Okay? So you set it to the one that you're currently on, enable it, go down, save it, whatever. Save settings. That should be the general gist of how to like set ports on any router in general. Okay. So let's get to actually starting the game. So now that you've technically got the game working, and now that you technically know how to get Netplay working in general, let's go to the training mode section. Alright, so I will take 3 or 4 minutes of questions again, like I did last time. So any questions about what just happened? There's always lag, Visor. I'm very sorry. There's no cute way to get around the lag. I've gotten delay 1 before. It's kind of playable. I mean, Netplay is playable if you don't venture anything above 3. There's a delay 1. Delay 2 is pretty playable as long as it doesn't skip or lag like my webcam's doing because it's shitty. If it's smooth too, it's not the best play in the world, but it's playable. Let me put it that way. You can actually learn the game by playing Delay 2. You can learn it by playing Delay 3 too, but certain characters aren't really practical anymore. Characters with hard combos, etc., overhead. It is confirmed that both players need the same resolution to play. So if you're going to play, just set your resolution to default and stretch the screen out like manually, because it doesn't count if you do it that way. But yeah, you do need the same resolution. Don't ask me why. It makes no sense. It should be a myth, but it's not. Very sorry. I will not talk about how to pirate this game on the stream. Ask elsewhere. Bauresa, I am not Enrique Iglesias. Non-troll questions, please. Why is Bell so free? Wake Awake, that's definitely a miss. As long as it's the same resolution, it doesn't matter. delay 3 but completely smooth is like, I don't know. Certain characters can frolic a little too hard than others. You start running into Netplay like tactics at 3 and above. But 3 is playable. It's playable for sure. I mean, you run into Netplay tactics in like 2 delay actually, but like, it's way easier to handle. I don't have a dojin. You guys, okay, you know what, fuck it. You guys are done. God damn it. The best moon for Miyako is arguable, but I would still say F moon. But C is definitely like barking up like the legit tree. But that's unrelated to our next topic. Alright, so now that we started the game, let's say we're going to go to training mode. We're going to start playing training mode, guys, okay? So I'm going to go over a general overview of how to play training mode. So I play Nania. I'm sorry, guys. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, so many Nanias, etc. So I'm just going to go into training mode with Nania. And Afro was a pretty legit character. Let's beat up a character I hate. So let's make it Fhime. Let's look for a beautiful dress for our princess that we have to beat up. Oh, there you go. That's Elke's color. Wow, this color looks way better than that one. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Alright, so now we're in training mode. It's not any different from like any other training mode if you just like start practicing combos, etc. straight from the get-go. It's etc. standard. But assuming that you got the English patch that I linked earlier, you'll see this in English. The actual menu here will always be English because this game has a lot of English for like no reason. But this bottom right here, the information, will be English for you guys. So if you download the patch, you'll see English. If you didn't download the patch, you'll see moon runes and like Japanese, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And you don't know how to read it, okay? So if any of you missed the previous sections earlier and want to ask a question about something I've already covered, wait till the end of the stream to do so. I will cover that later. I'm gonna keep on moving for now, okay? Okay, so when you go into training mode, straight from the get-go, battle setting. So battle setting is literally like shows recover life. So pretty much this is life. So if I beat up my opponent, I'll ignore this call for now because I am busy. Alright, so you got the life counter right here. So there's 100, 75, 50, 25, 0, right? So no recovery means that like when I beat my opponent up, they don't heal. Not healing, okay? Recover 75 means that they... Wait, what? It's my life? Not the opponent's. No, it should be both. Yeah, okay, it's both. Never mind. Recover to 75 life. The reason to use this over other modes is because the life... As a character's life, the health goes down, their defense values usually go up. So if you want to test like a character's guts or whatever, you could do that in training mode. I don't really see a reason to make character's life like lower or higher unless you want to test that certain feature. So that's how you control life. It's not really that important in my opinion. Now you got magic circuit. So this is like your meter. Normal is like if you're playing the actual game. You know, FM could charge, etc. But if you want to make it max, so it goes to max automatically when you're in that mode. Okay? So like I just wasted all my meter, and you notice that it still goes to max, no matter what I do. As long as I stop. So like, goes to 100 again. It goes to max whenever the game like stops. Alright? Etc. Alright. Now, immediately max makes it stop at 299. So you don't go through max like immediately if you just stand still. You only really hit max if you actually do something like hit the opponent or charge. So like, etc. Okay, so unlimited makes it so that you like have unlimited meter. Like technically you're always in max right now. If you go into heat, instead of going to regular heat, you'll go into blood heat. What the certain heats are, etc., and the moons, I will explain in a later date. Right now, I'm just covering the basics of training mode, okay? Alright. So now that we're unlimited and life is covered completely, we got guard gauge and guard quality. Okay, so there's guard bar in this game, if you didn't know. So I'm just skipping ahead on the training settings and making my opponent guard. So the guard gauge is currently at 100. You see how it goes down? Just as you would think, once it hits 0, the other person's in trouble. Guard break, and then you get like a few times to actually like hit the opponent. But careful, when you try to guard break your opponent, you only get one hit. It's not like Blaze Blue where you get like 2 hours to like guard break your opponent. It's not like I can't actually remember any games with guard crushes, but yeah. Alright. So pretty much you want to be able to do it consistently. So you can pretty much modify where the guard gauge is at. So like 50% makes it start from 50%, 75, 0, etc. So like 0 makes it literally everything breaks. Let's see. Anime! Alright, moving on. Guard quality makes it so that there's certain levels of guard quality in this game. So as you shield or air dodge, and you like miss with the shields or air dodges, you notice that your guard meter goes from like a healthy blue color to like red, and like it goes to like grayish red, and then it heals up to blue. You can see the color shade. So it goes to red. Red is like the worst color. Like if you're at red, let's make my opponent at red. So they're at red. My guard strings do insane amounts of damage. This is a mechanic in the game that allows the opponent to punish the other opponent for like mashing parry for like no reason and like mashing air dodge. This game discourages random shields and stuff like that, and this is a method of being able to do it. When you're in red guard and you're playing against a good player, that good player will be able to guard break you very easily. So make sure you're not putting yourself in that situation. So pretty much there's different levels of guard quality, like reddish shade, then there's like gray, but you get it. Counter hit. Now let's see here. I actually don't know what the difference between these counter hits are. Let us use our trusty translation to help us find out. The first attack to connect will always be a counter hit. Yeah, that's self-explanatory. Low counter. A low counter hit. So, low counter hit is a counter hit as if you hit them with a normal. Okay? So, if you hit them with a normal, you'll get low counter hit. If you hit them with a special, you'll get high counter hit. Both of these counters have insane amount of hits done, but special counter has more than the other. Let's see, like you could count like 1, 2, like full seconds of like hits done, whereas low counter like probably has like 1. Yeah. So general, if you get hit by a special attack and you counter hit out of that, you'll be out of hits done like way harder. The counter hit hits done in this game is like rather shocking. It's really ridiculously high. So in general, you don't want to get counter in this game. Random makes it so that you get random counter hits off random stuff. So like if I literally do the same exact dive kick, I might or might not get a counter hit. It's good for being able to practice counter hits. Confirms. Not that many characters have them. Random low makes it so that it's always random, but it's only a low counter hit. Random high makes it so that it's always random, but a random counter hit. It's good. Okay, so there's a mechanic in this game where critical hits can randomly happen off like random moves. So like, let's see if I can make it happen just by matching A. Yeah, there's a critical. It increases the damage by like not that much, like 110% or something. Something almost negligible. So if you're gonna test combos in training mode, I suggest leaving this off. You'll get inconsistent results. Okay, so now enemy status. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. Literally, like, if I make it stand, opponent stands, jump, they jump, crouch. CPU, computer will control the opponent. Manual, the second player that I assigned will control the opponent, and dummy. And dummy, I will cover later. But right now, we only know those previous things. So like stand and manual and CPU. Okay. So we get enemy settings. So now you get to go in depth what you want the computer to do with the opponent. So enemy action. Action A, B, C, D are all the respective actions. They do it at random intervals. Not random intervals per se, but like, you see, I made it on recover, let's see, what was it? D. So at 4 seconds, when this timer goes down, she will shield. And I'm bad at timing. And I guess I have to stay free for like ever. There we go, okay. In general, you want to do this with like A normals, so you can practice shield timing. This has uses, I don't really use it though. I'm bad at shield counters. Oh my god, I'm bad at shield counters. I need to stop playing F-Moon right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, so free. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so recover A is actually really important. Recover A, B, C, D, literally the opponent, the first frame they come out of block stun or just in general like anything, they will hit a button. So if I do 2A, they literally, the first frame she gets out of the block stun out of my 2A, she will hit a button. Now this is insanely important because it allows you to practice your staggers. So like, and if I do that, I can practice counter confirms and etc. Don't use Nane's arch drive that way, that was an accident, etc. So, what does recover A do? You can also make opponents that recover with D. For players that like matching shield, you can practice option selects against that, etc. Okay, forget it. But yeah, she's recovering with D pretty much. Oh yeah, recovering is pretty much good for practicing staggers and your frame advantage off normals. Or DPs, or whatever you feel like, frame advantage off anything is good. Okay, so you got enemy defense. All guard pretty much makes it so that she guards everything. So even though I have her on crouch right now, if she's on all guard, she will block an overhead. Makes sense. She's blocking everything, all guard. But if I make her status guard, depending on what she's doing, she'll block only in that way. So if she's crouching, she won't block an overhead. If she's standing, she won't block a low. Simple enough. Moving on. All shield makes it so that she shields all normals, or specials, or anything, really. You can have a lot of fun with this. And, you can do it. But you get it. Status shield makes it so that she only shields the way she's standing. And you have to shield normals in 2 different ways in this game, high and low. And you have to take guesses whenever I take B or C normals, okay? So, if I do a down B and you shield high, you get hit if you're doing a standing shield. If I do an A normal, it doesn't matter which way you shield it. There are certain exceptions. Please don't go over them right now. I'm keeping the stream simple. Thank you. Yeah, standing shield, down B. Crouching shield, standing B. Simple. Simple enough. Jump. Also jumping normals break lower shields. Alright. So then you can make your opponent also dodge. Dodge. Why am I getting counter hits? Oh, right. 1 second. Excuse me. I forgot the F-Moon mechanic. They can't dodge. So let me fix that. Alright, so now my opponent can actually dodge. Right. You can practice dodging, and dodging is actually like kind of annoying to deal with if you're not used to it. Like technically, if I do my B normal and they dodge it on Oki. Wait, what? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So you have to be ready to respond. Dodges do have recovery, but they're pretty fast. So if you do a really slow normal, like let's say Nanya 5C, meaty, and they dodge it, the fact that she was able to dodge again immediately after me mashing 2A as hard as possible means that she recovered before me, or at the same time, which is not a good situation to be in. So you want to be able to avoid situations with normals that have a lot of recovery like that, if they do wake up dodge. Wake up dodge isn't as strong in general though, because meaty 2A is very popular in this game, and I could literally just, if I'm not free, I could literally just, right. Wow, I can't input anything today. Free Naya. I'm too used to Netplay, guys, I'm sorry. Alright, let's put that off. So, right here is the 3 modes of normal, combo, and random. So, it makes it so that she will do the status that I put up here before. The enemy action earlier. No, not enemy action. She'll do enemy defense randomly. So, like, if I put her on all guard, crouching, she'll just randomly. What is it on? Oh, it's on normal. Sorry. If I put it on combo, she won't. What is it? She won't. Is it out of the combo or in? Yeah, after suffering a combo, she only. So this is pretty much good for practicing your confirms. If you drop it, she'll block. Street Fighter has this too, built in. So, but there aren't links in this game, so it's not that necessary. Random is what you want to be able to do. This is for practicing hit confirms. She'll randomly block. Anytime now. Anytime now. Okay. There was the block. This game's random encoding isn't that good, I think. But technically... Right. Random is random. I can't really count on it. But it's good for practicing hit confirms. If you don't know when it'll hit, you'll be able to do it more reliably in an actual match. Okay, so there's pretty much like random ways to tech in this game in the air if you suffer a combo. There's neutral, which you just did. Neutral tech. Back. You pretty much fly backwards. Oops. Tech backwards. Let me actually show my reading for that. Players familiar to the Blaze Blue engine will know what this is. And forward, where she techs forward. Right. So then there's random 1 and random 2. So random 1 and random 2 makes it so that random 1, she techs in a random direction. But she will always tech. You just don't know which direction it is. You could use this to practice anti-air confirms. Like Nanya's F Nanya's DP is air unblockable. This one. So if I try to chase her with my DP in the corner and react, right? But if she techs out of the corner, that DP won't work. So it's good for being able to practice air tech punishes. Random 2 makes it so that she won't always tech, but she'll tech in a random direction. So she tech neutral that time. She didn't tech at all that time until really late. I don't think I'll be able to get her not teching anytime soon. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Oh, there it is. She didn't tech. Whatever, you get it. This game's random factor is not being kind to me. It's being randomly discriminating. Alright, so by default these are on neutral. But, okay, so there's another type of ground tech in this game. Let me actually switch characters to demonstrate this. Because it's very easy to demonstrate with C Nanaya. So. Alright, so there's down tech. which is pretty much a tech when you hit the ground. She's going to wall slam against this wall right here, and she will smack the ground. As she smacks the ground, she has 3 choices. She can either tech neutral, forward to get away from me, like in the corner, or backwards, which puts you back in the corner, which isn't a good idea. So pretty much when you're in this situation, you're playing against me, you're either going to want to tech neutral or forward, or just not tech at all. And there's a tech punish situation that I could do off this. Yes, techs in this game are punishable if you do have the timing to execute them. So I'm going to put her on, what is it? Random. So she'll tech in 3 directions, forward, back, and neutral. I'm going to put her on random, so she'll be tech randomly in either direction. I'll just show you how I cover all directions. You understand? Alright, so Nani has a really easy option select. Other characters have option selects, other characters have to react. The reason why Nani's option select is so easy because when you don't tech, you're actually in an OTG state. And the OTG state right there shows that when you don't tech, you're on the ground and I could pick you up. There's like bop 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 like that. And then you get another choice to tech, which I can do another tech punish off that 2-2. But that's Nani specific stuff, and I'll cover that in a later episode. In general, you just want to know that in order to practice these techs, make them tech in certain ways. So if I always want to practice forward techs, she'll always tech forward, and I'll be able to punish it. So that's for ground tech punishes. So that's good to know. Alright, so there's also 2 types of throw breaks in this game. Yes, there are throw breaks in this game. It's actually input the same way as Street Fighter. So if I was on my stick, I would input down back. This is such an awkward way to do it. Light kick and light punch at the same time. And it's not as godlike as Street Fighters because you can't mash it as brainlessly because a normal doesn't come out when you do it. So you don't get to hit the opponent, you'll only get a shield. So you really only want to do this when... Oh, you don't see the shield on the screen, my bad. Let me... Right, so only a shield comes out. Okay? So... Let's see... So pretty much throw someone and down AD, which I showed earlier as a throw break. And there are 2 types of throw breaks if you do get the actual throw break properly. Late frame. I mean, first frame. Like literally the first frame I grab her, she just like breaks me off immediately. And if you do that, you're involved throughout the entire attack. If you do a late frame throw, you see how like I was ready to throw her, but then it broke off. You can actually see that. Late frame throws are vulnerable to certain throw tick setups in this game, where if you put a projectile on the screen and you throw them at the same time, they have to throw you. They have to throw break the throw at the first frame. Hello.
You gonna pick up your car?
Not today.
Why?
Because. Can I do? Alright, excuse me for that random interruption. Things happen sometimes. Moving on. If you do a throw, right, and they throw break you in this game, if I have a projectile on the screen on top of the other opponent as I do my throw break, and they don't throw it on the first frame, they actually get hit by the projectile. So you can practice these throw tick setups properly, because only the first frame throw break is actually invulnerable. So if you do late like that, you notice how she was grabbed? She will get hit by the... Yes, okay. In this frame right here, she's actually vulnerable to projectiles on the screen. So if she gets hit by a projectile while I'm grabbing her, she can't throw break anymore because she's currently in hit stun. It's kind of cheap. Only a couple characters in this game can do it. But if you have one frame timing, aka you play Guilty Gear, you should be able to do it no problem. Just throw breaking these throws. Alright. You also don't want to mash throw too much, because if you mash throw too much, players will start baiting you. And there's an easy blow up for throw text in this game. You just do a standing normal on a low shield, and you just blow them up. And since you literally can't input a normal when you're trying to throw break, you get blown up like really hard. So use your brain when you throw tech, please. This isn't Street Fighter. Alright. Random pretty much makes it so like random late. So they break the throw randomly. Where not randomly on first late frames or random frames. So that's self-explanatory. Reduce damage. Okay, so in this game, when you're getting hit, see a little like button on the computer side of the screen? It says reduce, and it shows a little button right here, and it says reduce, and nothing's happening right now. That's because in Melty Blood, there's actually a mechanic that some people may or may not agree with, but it's in the game regardless. If you hit an attack right as they're hitting you, or like a couple frames before, you actually reduce the damage you take. So if I do a combo right now, standard 9 BNB, 4.6k, right? But if I turn reduce on from my opponent and make it reduce every single normal, no one has this much of a godlike timing, by the way, so you never have to worry about everyone reducing every single normal in the game. But your combo goes from 0.6k to 3.2. So being able to reduce when you actually getting comboed in this game is actually like really important. But in order to like, if you do want to test your combos where not like the opponent's reducing them properly, pretty much always want to put it on random. That will emulate the opponent better. Also, if you where not you actually successfully reduce the attack, it will say failed or like succeed. Okay, so I'm sure you're able to see it. You'll see that a lot when you're playing other players. Let's turn this on default. Alright, so now we get to the dummy settings, okay? So dummy settings, and sorry for this part getting a little long. Training mode is actually pretty in-depth in this game. Okay, so now there's dummy, right? So dummy mode is literally a record feature. They call it dummy, pretty much like record, replay if you play Street Fighter 4. And this is pretty much what it does. So dummy setting, you allow the relay time display. So I'm gonna record something from the dummy. You have 90 seconds to let her do something, by the way, which is like godlike. But if you hit function 1 when you're trying to record something, no, function 2, my bad. Function 2, it starts off from the get-go, so you don't have to click on going to the training mode and hit dummy recording start and like keep on overriding it. You could just hit dummy recording 1 when you feel like you're in position. So let's make her, for this dummy recording for this training session, make her do a combo. I don't know her combos, I'll make one up right now. Okay, there you go. So then I just put her on playback, go to enemy status, that setting that we ignored before, dummy, and now she does it. Also, if you hit function 2 in this mode, if you hit function 2, it goes from the start of the actual timer, so you can like get close to her or like do whatever. Okay, so you hit function 2, and then she will go through the recording I just made. Now, dummy mode is really godlike in this game. You can actually turn off the timer, so I don't know when she's gonna do it. And I can actually turn on whether or not she actually, when she does the recording. So normal, like, she'll do it according to the time I made. Recover means that she'll do it only when she recovers. Wait, what? Should be only when she recovers. Yeah, okay. She'll only do it on recovery frame. So when she comes out of like hit stun or block stun, then she'll do it. So I'll hit her, then she'll go through the recording. I'm sure you'll be able to find out certain ways to use these settings in different ways. They're actually really godlike and allow many options and testing to be done. I know one person in the stream chat right now is this Mugen has been using these settings to like make up like stupid setups and stuff. Okay, so wait pretty much makes her wait before actually executing. This is annoying if you don't want her to immediately play back the function like over and over and over. You hit function 2, then she does it. So I think this one's more practical for training mode. If you just want to practice against a certain setting, you just like get in position, then hit function 2, and she does whatever. Okay? Right. I don't know why she did something I didn't do. I'm pretty sure I didn't input that. Whatever. Alright. So, replay slot, I can have multiple replay slots, right? So, I can have slot 1 be... I can have slot 1 be the previous combo I had before, and slot 2 be heat. Okay, let's just use heat for an example. Yeah, let's make heat an example. Actually, let's go with a more hype example. Let's make it... Heat... No, fuck. Actually, let's just make it art drive. That should have been art drive, but it wasn't. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now we go to replay slot, random. And I put her on wait. And she has 2 random slots right now. She can play either 1 or 2. I don't know which one she's going to do. As soon as I hit function 2, she's going to do either one. So, she decided to play back function 1. Do it again. Function 2. This is good for training mode. Please use it. Find out how to use this, etc. Very, very strong settings right here. A lot of games should incorporate settings this strong. Alright, so this is right here in training display. Simple ways to get into like standard settings. So if you want to look at your inputs to know whether or not you're inputting things properly, etc. This is damage settings. So the damage I'm doing, etc. Then there's input display, which is just my inputs. The godlike thing about this input display, if you hit function 2, it goes to start. So like if you have like 200 inputs, you don't want to see them anymore, hit function 2. There you go. You're at the start of the screen. The godlike thing about this training mode is that it shows the neutral state. Okay, this is really important. A lot of games ignore neutral state and input display. This game doesn't. It actually shows you how many frames you're holding it down to. Each one of these seconds is a frame. So like I held that forward for 6 frames. I held back for 7, forward for 7, back for 8, 9, etc. You could actually find useful ways to innovate this. You could find out the buffer the game has. You can find how lenient it is. How fast you have to input inputs like this. That could be a little more complicated, etc. So there's nothing else more to that really. Actually, let me go over one thing that Zara actually brought up a good point. If you don't want to see the timer of what the your replay is doing, turn off the time display and then go back up. So now I can't see the timer or which function she's going to do for real. So like it's almost like a real match. She's literally doing random shit. Alright. Turn off dummy. Hit function 1, start the match. Okay. View screen lets you literally just look at the screen, whatever is currently on the screen right now. Character select, return main menu, restart. All should be self-explanatory. Restart is pretty much function 2. Same thing. Okay. And these 2 should be self-explanatory. Continue goes back to the same exact thing you've been looking for. Alright, any basic questions? I'm sorry that was long. Training mode is actually pretty in-depth in this game. I'll go over how to use these certain functions, like practice staggers, etc. But any questions you have, why am I dropping this combo? Wow, I'm so free. There we go. That's not hard. The third, I haven't actually found functions for function 1, the button.
Yeah, I'm dropping because I'm not on Netplay. That's actually probably true, which is sad. I've gotten that used to Netplay. Please don't get too used to Netplay, guys. It's bad. Let's see. Alright, so that's training mode in a nutshell. I'm gonna go over how to use like certain functions of it now. But any questions? Yeah, let's take a question break right here, okay? Oh, hold function 1 to control the other person. Actually, let me cover that real quick. Good question. Good point. I forgot about function 1. Actually, yeah, I knew about that. I just forgot. So yeah, if we hold function down 1, we'll be able to control the other opponent. Not sure why you want to play this shitty character, if anyone, but like... I can't hold down function 1 and do air grab at the same time. It's too awkward. But you get it. You can like position your opponent to put yourself in the corner. It's easy. Function 2 restarts it. Alright. Any basic questions over what just happened? I will take questions at this point of time. For anyone that might have missed it, this is Rokunaya in the beginner corner for Machinos. I got cake? Funny man. No, but seriously, I know some of you were asking questions as I was doing the train mode. Stop trolling me. Ask legit questions. There's 43 people watching the stream. I'm sure some people have legit questions over what just happened. Oh, you asked about C9A. What was your question about C9A? I don't know how tight the 2A link is, Peanut. It's actually not that hard. Just practice a combo. No questions? I'll continue with the how to use the how long did it take me to get consistent in my combos? I'm actually about to cover that combos, how to practice combos and how to do them in the next section. So hold on to that thought, okay? Hold on to that thought. Oh, if you're gonna ask general Narnia stuff, like wait for the Narnia episode or post in the forums, meltybread.com for the forums there. I'm not gonna go over stuff like that right now. This episode is just for literally bare bones beginner, how to get the game started and how to practice. Alright. I'm gonna go over how to like use like how to practice staggers in training mode and the concept of staggers real quick. So in Melty Blood, this game is pretty stagger heavy based, okay? So once you get comfortable with combos, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but once you get comfortable with combos, you should start practicing how to do staggers, okay? So you make your opponent crouch, because no opponent's going to be blocking you standing. If they block standing, just hit them, like it's whatever. So make him crouch, put him on all guard. Oops, you're not seeing the game, sorry. Put him on all guard, crouch, all guard, recovery A. Now, recovery A, literally the first frame they come out of block stand, like I said earlier, they will hit that recovery A button. So you can practice your staggers. Normals in this game aren't links, they're cancel periods. And you could delay the cancel periods that you do in order, once you confirm that they're blocking, in order to actually create frame traps manually. You have to manually create them though. So if I do 5B, 5C, right? That's not a frame trap because I'm not making it. But if I do 5B, wait 5C, see how it's a frame trap. And then I get like 5k damage because you hit buttons like a scrub. And I get happy. Or I could drop the combo because I'm a scrub. Yeah. Yeah, beginner combo. Yeah. I'm bad. Alright. So that's how you, in general, you practice frame traps. You could also practice resets. So Nania's 5B on block is either +1 or neutral. I forget the data on it, but if I do like I can practice the timing for it. So right now we're trading, which suggests that this move is neutral on block. Oh no, I just hit him out of it. Okay, it is +1. But that was me literally hitting 2A at the first frame. It's pretty hard to do. But that's what training mode is for, guys. Yeah, there you go. Okay, it's +1. My timing's pretty fucked up because I've been playing Netplay for a while. But, yeah, don't play Netplay too hard, guys. It will mess up your timing, and I guarantee it. What I personally do, though, because most opponents, when they mash, they don't literally hit the first frame out of it, and sometimes you could hear the opponent mashing to you, or on you, if they're, like, right next to you. If you're first practicing your staggers, I suggest you don't have to. This is optional. Go to Recover B. This simulates an actual human opponent more. They're not going to hit out of, like, the first frame. They probably hit, like, out of, like, the third or so frame when they start mashing out. So you can actually get to counter hit more. You can practice being a little more lenient with your staggers. Once you play that player that mashes really hard, though, and you're pissed off, and he's catching you out of your staggers, like, wrongly, go to Recover A again. Practice to, like, real frame trap timing. Pretty much like delayed mashing and, like, actual mashing. Yeah, I mean, like, there's some players that can mash 2A on the first frame on certain things. Don't think there aren't, but most players won't. Why am I dropping this combo? Wow. Yeah, this combo isn't hard. No, that's okay. I'll just practice Mojo later, guys. I'm not gonna do this to you guys. Okay. Alright, so that's staggers. There's also another setting that you might want to practice that's really good for beginners. Is make the opponent jump, right? And then put on dummy setting, no, enemy setting. Don't make them recovery A, whatever. Just put them on. Let's see. Where is it? Where's counter hit? Is it dummy setting, enemy status, battle setting? It's on battle setting, okay. So you put it on low counter since you're going to hit them with a normal move. They're jumping. Because if you get hit out of an air move in this game, you are actually in complete hit stun to the moment you hit the air to the moment you hit the ground. So, like, I can literally wait after hitting you all the way up there, and you'll literally hit the ground. So you can practice, like, your godlike confirms off this. Wow, I've been playing way too much Netplay. Holy shit. Yeah, oh my god. Much better. Okay. So that's an example of one situation that you actually see Nania get a lot in real matches. I am streaming this from my PC, Chibi. Alright, so that is how to practice, like, certain things. If you want to practice option selects, which is more advanced, but you aren't a new player, I'm going to go over, like, one... Actually, no, I'm not going to go over option selects today. Some other day. For now, I'll go over how to practice combos and how to find them. Alright, so let's assume that I'm, like, day one or something, okay? And I'm day one. I just found out what Melty Blood is. I thought it was an awesome game. I wanted to, like, turn it on and play it right away, but I didn't know how to actually, like, find combos or do combos or, like, how to practice them since I'm new to finding games. So I go to the website, conveniently located here, the nba.mizumi.net, and this is a wiki for Melty Blood. So let's learn a combo with I don't know. Reese Beef. No, not Reese Beef. I don't like Reese Beef. Powered Seal, because she's a hype character that everyone likes. Alright. Oh, by the way, they actually spelled powered this way in the game, so please keep that in mind. It's not misspelled on accident, it's misspelled on purpose. Alright, so as soon as you go into the Powered Seal like wiki menu, this wiki is currently in development, so keep that in mind, guys. But you'll see like crescent, half, full, which is the 3 moons in this game. So let's say I want to practice full moon Powered Seal, and already I can see her combos straight from the get-go. But what if I couldn't find combos in the wiki for some reason? And what if like I don't want to use these or whatever? Actually, now let's not go over that. Just use the wiki for now. You could also use YouTube videos. There are many YouTube videos with combo videos out recently. Like, what is it? I think it was MGen Media. No, yeah. Yeah, okay. They've actually been making some combo videos out recently. Check these out, etc. when you want to get good at the game and learn basic combos with certain characters. Their combo videos are your characters, you have to look for them. But if you can't find them, wiki's good, okay? There's nothing wrong with the wiki. So now that we use the wiki, we look at the combo 2A, 5BB, 6B, 2C, 3C, JC, 236A. So I'm going to go into training mode and practice this combo right now. So a lot of newer players ask the question like, when should I stop practicing my combo? When is a good consistency rate? When am I like good enough to actually start playing with my friends? How funny I got Sinania, whatever. I will say that you should only start playing the game once you get your basic beginner B&Bs to a roughly 75% success rate. So 75% success rate, or you can do it 5 times in a row. If you can do your combo 5 times in a row, which ways? Both ways. So like if I do like, I don't know, what's the combo I'm looking for here? 60. Oh no, my computer's dying. Alright. Recover. My computer recovered. Alright. So 2A, 5B, B, 6C, 2C. So what's the combo actually here? JC, 2. Okay. Oh, it's not B. Okay. I'm not ready to play this character yet. As you can clearly tell, I'm confused about this character's normals. I don't know what's going on. I'm hitting the wrong normals. I'm not used to it yet. So you have to delay it, okay. Oops, not B. Not that either. So it might take a while to get used to the combo that you're playing with the character. Please like stick with it, stick to your guns. You see how I got it after a while? Like once I'm able to do that combo consistently 4 times or 5 times in both directions, let's see. As you can clearly see, I'm not used to this character yet. I can't day one her. She's got some pretty awkward normals that don't really make sense to me. She's really sluggish. Her 5BB is slow. Her cancel period on her 6B is confusing to me. It's much later than it seems, and you can cancel it pretty fast once you start it, etc. But since I'm not used to this character, I'm not going to say I can play with her. Only once I'm able to start doing her combo. 5 times, both which ways, and I can do all the basic beginner B&Bs listed here. So like the basic ones, or even the hard ones. Then I would start playing her, either online or with friends. But you should pretty much get to a high consistent rate with your character before you start playing. Oh, this combo's fucking weird. It's starting to rage. I like combos, that's cool. Yeah, so that's a concept. I should have done it with a character I'm more comfortable with. I literally have never punched. I never played with F power teal before, so sorry about sucking, I guess. But that is generally how you should go over how to learn combos. 5 ways, which way? Both ways, 5 ways, 5 times in a row. Once you're able to do it consistently, either 75% of the time or 5 times in a row on both sides, facing both ways. Like, I've repeated this 4 times, but it's really important. Then you should start either moving on to the next combo or like playing online with friends. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to cover. I covered, let's see here. I have notes with me for anyone that's curious. I've actually written notes. You can't see it because of the glare, but whatever. My webcam sucks. Introduction, getting game started, Netplay. I got Netplay working. And I have getting training mode down. So we went through training mode. We went over how to practice combos. I guess I could do a general moon overview and meter overview if you guys would like that. Moons and meter are kind of complicated, but I could try to go over it in a quick format that won't go over my time. Wow, I covered everything in 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty fast, actually. So I guess I have like 30 minutes or so or more to cover moons and meter if you guys wish so. Alright, so there are three moons in this game. Alright. Roku, you are doing this Roa episode later. I don't even know what that image is. Stop spamming it. Okay, so there are 3 moons in this game. Let's see. Gonna like brainstorm how to put this as simply as possible. Crescent, half, and full, okay? And they're all obviously like named after the moon. So there's 3 stages of the moon: crescent, half, full. That's terrible. Just ignore that. So think of these as different grooves, like CVS 2. If you ever played CVS 2, different grooves, like concept you already got down. But if you don't get what the different grooves are, let's see here. Generally, I would say that I'm trying to think of a good character. Oh, Tono. Tono's a perfect character to just like cover this. In general, there's no general way to put the moons because they're all like have different styles due to different characters. But if I had to overgeneralize it just for the sake of making newer players understand, please realize I'm overgeneralizing this. Don't assume things too much, etc. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Let me just get to the actual point. Now, Tono's pretty good for moon samples differences. Okay, so C is pretty much like, if you ever played NBA C, the moon is really accurate to Melty Blood Act Cadenza. So much so that when we got the game, we played it Melty Blood Act Cadenza Moon. So Crescent Moon, Cadenza Moon. Ha ha ha, we're so funny. I'm just going over really, really brief overviews. I'm not going to do it in detail. C pretty much like is the character in general, the gist. H is more of a rushdown moon, kind of like faster pace, meant to keep paces going, higher pace. They have ways to reverse the tide if they're in block stun and someone's on top of them. They have heat that automatically activates, and F moon is pretty much generally a slower pace moon. They have simpler combos. They do more damage in general for less work, and let's see. They are capable of making a last-minute comeback better than other moons. H moon. Maybe I should save this for another episode. I didn't script the meter. I script everything else, but not the moons. Yeah, let me do moons on a different episode. You can watch YouTube tutorials for this. Did Kirby finish the moons actually for I don't think Kirby did. Did Kirby? Oh, he did. Okay, so let me link that video right now. Okay. So someone please link it in the stream chat, and I'll post it here. This is a series of old long videos that have been done a long time ago, but someone tried to make this game simpler to play. Please check these videos out. Kirby made. Whoops. I can't find it. Fuck. Thank you. Okay. Alright. So there's two videos here pretty much. Moon styles and basics. So basics is good for the basics obviously, and moon styles is good for moons. Check out the YouTube channel Kirby to get these videos. So multiplayer actions game tutorial basic Kirby, made by Kirby, spelled Kirby, baby. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Moving on. So the basics are here and the moons are there. You can look for these for a general overview for the, I guess, general overview for the notation. This goes over the notation right here, which is how we actually like give combos and pressure and etc. Combos are notated in this way. This video is actually a really good supplement. So after you watch this stream, you should go to this video and watch the moon styles. Or if you feel like you've got the basics down to a decent degree, skip basics, go straight to moon styles. I mean, it's up to you. I might cover these in a later episode, but this is a really overgeneral. It's easy to like, hard to overgeneralize this. It's hard to like make it simplified. You'd have to kind of play the game to get used to the moons, because like even like in C moon and H moon, like they're all like generally different. There's some universal like statuses between every moon, but like you'll see. Just watch the videos. At this point in time, I have done everything that I wanted to do in my first lesson, pretty much. So let me just redirect you guys to my forum page. So this is the spot where I host these, or just pretty much like post where like I do these streams. So it's like ABACC analysis, live streaming sessions. If you don't know how to do this, type in meltybread.com into your computer. You'll see like many things that Master Chibi posts on the front page often, and some breadcasts, which is like Wake Up SRK, but like Melty Blood. If you scroll down, you'll see this, but this won't be here in the future because things move down, etc. So just go to I never said H's defense. Wait, someone said H's defense. I don't know about that, yo. Let me just move on. All right, so moving on. So you go to meltybread.com, go to the forums. In general, you want to go to the forums anyway to look over characters or like certain functions. So, like if I wanted to learn like Nania combos, I would type in Shiki Nania 1.07, blah 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 blah. I have to update this actually. This is missing a lot of important stuff, but that's okay. So if you want to go to my stream off this, you go to meltybread.com/forums. Go to Kohaku's video room. Clicks this. Go to NBAC live analysis, whatever, streaming Redux, and you just pretty much. Someone posted. What did they say? Okay, someone made a request. So pretty much here, I take either requests. I post where these archives are. I lost the 4th episode. I'm sorry. You could look at the actual match analyses. This was a beginner episode, so I didn't do any actual match analysis. But I did 3 episodes of them before, and they're like 2 hours apiece. You could watch these. These are kind of like sloppily done. This is when the stream was like stream idea was starting to take off. But pretty much in general, you can like post requests. This actually needs a sticky. This shit should get stickied. But anyway, you can post a request for a character. I've taken like 4 requests so far for like certain characters. I'll schedule matches when I feel that I'm ready to get off like beginner corner and start actually analyzing matches for the game again. But this is just a general overview. Post anything you liked or didn't like about this episode. Put it in this thread. Post what you like want to see, what you didn't like. Was I ugly? I mean, like whatever you want, you could put. It's fine. I'm generally open-minded. I'm trying to make my streams better for you guys. So if you could help me make it better for you, it would be a great like supplement. It would be way helpful if you just tell me how to help you, because I don't know how to help you if you don't know how to help yourself, etc. Alright, so that's that. Meltybread.com/forums. Please use this forum if you want to learn how to play the game, ask questions. If you are new to this forum, go to where's the intro thread actually? Is it Akia's Tea Room? So if you actually create an account and you're like new and you want people to like know who you are, create an account, go to Akia's Tea Room in the room, introductory thread, make a latest post, and you'll see a list of people here that make posts like, oh, I'm new, etc. Like I just want to know, and then we greet you and we know who you are. So if that's if you want to be known in the forum and start lying. You could ask questions here too. There's a person asked here after looking up his information, Visor. He asked questions. Me and Eric gave like really good detailed responses to this. So we do take beginner questions. If you are patient and ask good questions, we will answer you with detailed, long answers and try to answer your question as much as possible. Just please post. We are looking forward to your posts, and we're looking forward to new players. So as long as you do your research beforehand and are willing to actually learn the game and try to help yourself first, we will go out of our way to help you. But you have to show that you are willing to do so. Otherwise, a lot of players will not deal with you. What else? If you want to go to the IRC channel, which a lot of players do, go to NBA.Mizumi.net, and you could go to IRC channel, which is pretty much a chat room for how we do. So you click this channel, and like, if you don't want to actually install an IRC program, Roku Stream, yeah. So you pretty much go to this channel, and you'll notice immediately that there are like 400 people in here, and I'm kidding, there's like 200. And some people like ask questions often in this. So you get it. You post here, you go like, hey, I'm new, I would like to play the game, or I'm hosting, post your IP, say which coast you're on, we will play you. So that's the forum and the IRC. So if you do this, you're pretty much like almost welcome. Let's see. Now I have a IRC program. I recommend using either like XChat or YChat. This is the program I use. Blah blah blah. But I'm going to close this program. Let's see. Okay, now I'll take general questions. I don't really have anything else to cover. So, how did you like it? How was your impressions? Did I take too long on certain things? Did I ramble on? You guys can leave now if you don't have any questions. You all got A+s for the day because there was no test on this first stream and first lecture. I am taking notes. I know which one of you have been studying, and I know which one of you haven't. So, Czar gets an A+ because he learned what? No, he gets a double A+. Oh shit, you can't see it, but it's a double A+, and he gets a double A+ because he learned how to do function 1 and 2, and I know he's gonna actually incorporate them. So he's one of my top students right now, and I'll be looking forward to his grades in the future, as opposed to Weka. Weka gets a D. Weka just gets a straight up D. Like, he doesn't deserve to be in this class at all. You're in danger of failing. You might want to go home and work on your combos, like actually learn how to play the game. It's a little shaky where or not you should actually be in this community. Like, be careful. Yeah, D colons. It's worse than a D. It's like a D minus plus. Like, what's a D minus plus? I don't even know. But yeah, student teacher conference. I'm gonna have to ask you to meet your teachers. I mean, your parents. Like, it's getting a little like ugly here, man. You better be careful. Okay, but real talk though. How did you like the stream? Any basic questions for anything you might have missed? What should I do next time better? If you don't feel like actually posting it in the chat, just post it on the post it on the thread I listed earlier. I do read the threads. I do read every post. I guarantee you, unless it's like troll like Commodore, with like, oh, you called the Japanese player bad. Oh, but like, let's not go over that. But yeah, real talk. Give me some responses. Any questions? I know some people were asking general questions earlier, like how to get the English patch. I could cover that now if that person's still here, etc. So, shoot. What am I covering for my next episode? I'm not sure yet. I have a full week to cover, like think about what I want to cover next. But I'm thinking of covering either moons or meter, or pressure in general, because a lot of players, when they start like playing the game, they do combos, and then they start playing the game and they're like, I don't get how like pressure in this game works. I get knocked down in the corner and like the guy's on top of me and like the block trees never end and I'm just dying and shit. It's not that way actually, but like I will do a basic pressure run. Basic. Because pressure is a huge concept. But I will like try to simplify it down as much as possible and keep it like in a beginner level so that you can like be able to play with it. Like, yeah. So it'd be, I'm thinking next episode would be like a general overview of pressure, and since I'll only take like an hour tops, maybe moons a meter, depending where or not I'm ready. Let's see, how good do I think Tono is in NBA ACC? I think he's pretty legit, A tier at least. Any of his moons are legit. F moon, people have been sleeping on his F moon. His F moon's so good. I'm actually considering picking up F moon Tono because he's really fun. He's really fun and cool. Any other questions? How's Nanya different from Tono? Good question. There's actually like a lot of alter ego characters in this game, where there's like Tono and Nanya, and like Scion and V Scion, and like Arc and Red Arc. The difference between them is generally like Nanya is more mix-up oriented, and Tono is more like solid play oriented with less masher buttons. Nanya is definitely masher than Tono, and Tono is like more solid, more patient. He has like slightly better tools, I think, but Nanya has good pressure. It's more unsafe, but it's kind of scarier. H Tono pressure is generally safer, but like scarier. Wait, actually, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm not really thinking right now. But they're pretty similar. If you play one, you could probably play the other, but they're different enough so that you can't just jump from one to the other. What do I think the Melty Blood scene needs to do to get recognition in the fighting game community? Tough question. I'm a new player, actually. I've been playing Melty Blood for like a year or so, so I've just established myself in the community, honestly. I just pick up games pretty fast, so I just got into a stage where I understand the game to a good enough stage that I'm able to teach beginners. I even have like my own crew now. It's like stupid, but what I think the fighting game community, I think it's more what the fighting game community needs to do in order to give Melty Blood a chance. We were at EVO. We are like all over the place. We are trying to reach out. Like, it's kind of tough. Let's see. What characters easy to pick up for newbies? Characters, I would say Nanya, Tono, Wark as in Red Arc Red, Vision, H, F not really H, it's pretty simple. F Reese, H Reese, C-Ro's not a beginner character, sorry, no way. F Miyako, if you could do her combo, you don't really need to be able to play the game that well in order to win it for her. I'll still be straight, she's still like dumb. I mean, you shouldn't really be asking me. Like, honestly, what you should be doing when you pick up the game, like, pick a character you like, play. Like, do her basic combos in this format that I showed earlier. If you can do her combos consistently, or his combos consistently, pick up the character. If you can't, it's too difficult for you, consider playing someone else. Or just go with character love. I mean, like, it's really your choice. And there's a lot of character diversity in Melty Blood, and this game isn't that hard to pick up. More harder to get good at, so... Sikoaku isn't that hard. Her real confirms are difficult, but you can play her at a beginner level, for sure. How do you get past... Okay, Ratix, posted my forum for the Sachin Nero matchup, and I will cover that later. That is actually a matchup I would consider doing, for sure. That matchup is actually pretty interesting. It's definitely in Nero's favor, though. So, if you feel like it's hard to actually, like, get close to Nero, you're right. It's not in her favor. I'm on East Coast. Oh, H-Row is an easy character. That's right, Corin. See while a sad face as Nanya. Just post. No, if you have like matchup requests or like match character concept requests, post that in the thread I showed earlier. I'm not taking requests right now. I'm not doing overgeneralizations like that. I'm only taking general questions right now. So like, oh, which character is easy to pick up? How hard do you think this game is? Stuff like that. Let me see if there's any other questions. Which orc is easy to use? I think any of them, really. They're all kind of hard to get good with and win with. Okay, let me put it this way. There are two different things. Winning with a character and, like, playing the character like a basic level. Wark at a basic level is actually pretty simple. You just, like, hit JB and like air rings, and like you do like simple pressure with like safe enders, and like you could just like fly around and like win. But if you want to win with Seawork, you have to learn her setups, you have to learn her pressure and depth, you have to like learn how to actually get really good in a neutral game. It's not as easy as it looks. But that's winning with the character. If you're looking to pick up the character, then it's a different story. Visor, to answer your question, well, I played Melty Blood Actress again for like a year and a half or so, something like that. I played Melty Blood Accidenza online, like mashing out like a scrub, like on random free time, like for a year or so before that. But I don't really count that because I literally didn't know what was going on. I didn't know about any like fundamentals, or like I didn't realize differences between delay. So I only count the time when I went offline. So yeah. Also, my matches versus Waka when I first started don't count. Like, Waka just came back. He's like, hey, I know you're trying to invite me to console scene, but, like, PC's out. I'm back. Yeah, fuck you. Sorry. No. Go away. AA and CC tier list. Okay, that's a good question. That's a general question. I liked the console. I liked the console tier list, honestly. The three top being H-Tono, H-Vision, and H-Kwaku. I liked the top tier. They were all relatively easy to pick up, hard to win with. So if you were good and you played H-Tono and you're like, oh, I'm so godlike, I know 6-8 combos, you could like beat them. It's like whatever. But then like you got someone like Lord Knight picking up like H-Quack and you're like, how the fuck do I win against this character? This character's way too good. And then you play like, I don't know, like some other H-Quack and you're like, wow, H-Quack is so bad. So like, you have to be good at the game. In general, with the console top tiers, you have to be good at the game in order to make them broken. It's not even like they were broken, they're just really good. The CC tier list, I haven't really played this game enough to be able to like give my honest opinion on them, but I will say that C Nero is looking too good. Way too good. You still have to be good at the game, but like even then it's just like some characters like I don't think have an answer to him anymore. Hime's a pretty cool character. She's high execution though. And like you have to be like right a lot. Hime's not S tier. If Hime's not S tier, she's A+, for like sure. I don't believe that she's not S tier. She's definitely like barking up there. Yeah, C- my ass. Oh, C arc. Good troll. Good troll. What do you mean it's still broken? None of the Melty Bloods is broken. Kawaku's never broken. Lord Knight's just really good. Lord Knight's a top player in BlazBlue too. You think he's just like a hiccup that like people need to like seriously understand that. Oh, Hime. Hime in console is literally broken. Like she was a boss character. They made her not a boss character anymore. So don't worry about that. She's not broken anymore. She's actually playable. Seifuku is not shit anymore. Seifuku is actually ridiculously good. And if you don't believe me, ask is this Mugen or Zar, and play him. And like, if you're East Coast and like close to New York City, Netplay is this Mugen, and play Seifuku, and tell me that Seifuku's bad. Like, good luck. You're not gonna say that. I don't play Guilty Gear. I'm sorry. I don't play Guilty Gear because the scene isn't like alive enough for me to like actually learn the game. But if a new Guilty Gear comes out and like people play it, I'll play the game. Yeah, sure. It's a good game. I can tell it's a good game. Tell Gabe I said hi. Any good videos? Good question, actually. That's a very good question. You're asking a lot of good questions. Okay, so if you want to know a good website to watch Melty Blood videos, if you don't know where to, go to YouTube, right? And look for the Melty Blood channel. As I said earlier, Melty Blood's a site. And you have a YouTube channel, so it should be pop up in Melty Blood channel, right? So like there's one person that definitely doesn't get enough attention, literally posting videos from Nico Video, like going in so hard, practicing, like helping all these people, like people sleep on Cyblade. Cyblade is like Cyblade. Shout out to Cyblade. Like huge shout outs to Cyblade. Shout outs to Cyblade. Cyblade posts all these videos all the time. How do you get this game? You can download it. I mean, fuck, you can buy it. You buy it. You buy the game. I'm gonna like edit that later. So like if I wanted to like go over like I don't know, I want to watch a good Rokunaya. Okay, so I go to like Melty channel. There's like tournaments and stuff later up put up here lately. So there's actually a really good set between a Rokunaya and an HBCN that I'm considering doing for match analysis because this one's really good. But like this Rokunaya is really good and this HBCN is really good, and the person that uploads these sets to YouTube does a really good job finding good videos, and this set's actually really solid. So that's a set worth watching. But you can watch tournaments. Also, there's a thread somewhere in Melty Bread forums somewhere that has like a list of JP top players for certain characters. So if you look at the list and like look for like the player, so like if I want to learn F Akiha, I would type in like in Google well, I guess it's Google because it's owned by Google. Go 1 Akiha. Go 1 Akiha is insane. So like I already get like Go 1 Akiha versus like Red Arqued like straight from the get go, and I could watch like Go 1 Akiha, but like knowing top players is good. You can play with keyboard on this. I suggest playing with stick. Like at the end of the day, stick's still the best way to play fighting games. But I'm not gonna say you can't play on pad or stick. I mean on keyboard. You could definitely play on keyboard. You have to get really used to it. On pad, you can play on pad. I was a pad warrior. There's actually a tournament that I went to in Major that I placed in second place in the tournament, and I was playing on pad. So. Go Ichi. Oh, right, it's Go Ichi instead of Go 1. Whatever. But I'm not a pad warrior anymore. I picked up stick. I definitely like stick better than pad, but you could definitely play on pad. There's a top player that plays on pad, Tom Berry. He plays on pad. But stick overall is like better. Yeah, I know. Sticks do cost a lot of money. It's actually a good enough reason not to actually play on a stick. But if you are serious and you want to like get over like these inconsistent issues of like dropping DP or not being able to like hold an orb when you're trying to like attack somebody and you're playing Aoko, play stick. Because like at the end of the day, there are like certain motions, certain concepts, certain like techniques that stick is just straight up like better for. Oh yeah, Silent Shinobi and Doran are they won. Doran won FR. Yeah, you're right. He's a pad player too. Yeah, so don't get me wrong. You could I could pad or keyboard. Pad or keyboard is a preference. It's preference. I mean, like you use any controller scheme you like. Honestly, you could use anything, but I'm just telling you which one is the best. Like in the long run, stick is the best. But you could definitely use anything, and it's viable. So don't worry about it. I mean, like you might not be able to do like I don't know, like okay. There's an Aoko technique that if you hold orbs, right? You hold orbs on the stick. Let's see. Let's see. So if I'm playing Aoko and I put an orb out and it's held, I input it by 421, right? So I have to hold this button down the entire time when I'm playing. I have 5 fingers available to me, whereas on pad I only have like a limited amount of fingers. So already to start with, pad isn't the best way to play Aoko. Straight from the get-go. Straight from the get-go. Keyboard is still in there because it's
got like you can still like fit your hand around it, but then it turns into like difficult like motions for the like you can't